Hey, what's going up, Bull Runner? Welcome back to the show. Glad to have you here. You are a genius for being here. And today we have an awesome show for you. We did end up with a green candle yesterday, officially. We are still waiting for the breakout above that 50 exponential moving average. We'll be jumping into the charts to take a look at that. There's some incredible news coming out. Ripple XRP, should we sue the SEC? Well, somebody is suing the SEC. We're going to take a look at that information. Will the SEC or will XRP, will Ripple sue the SEC as well? We're going to talk about that a little bit in today's video also. And then at the very end of the video, after we jump through all of the actual charting, I'm going to show you how you can actually join us here at the Bull Runners Club. You can become a member of our club, and you can actually learn how to make money with us every single week. Doesn't matter if it's a bull market, bear market, any market, you can always make money with us. So after the big news that happened with Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve, what's going on over there? The fake call with Zelensky, which we'll talk about. The market responded significantly today. Look at this is the S&P 500. I know not crypto, but it is important to understand what's going on in the markets as a whole. So S&P 500 yesterday, absolute moonshot to the upside after hearing that Jerome Powell said there was plans for more rate hikes going forward, 0.25 basis points. And then also, we don't know how long they're going to actually hold those rates high. So the rate hikes, the rate pause, and then the potential pivot may not be coming, everybody. Unfortunately, what we wanted. Now, jumping over here to XRP, it wasn't a big green candle, but it was green. But look at this. This is it, guys. This is what we're waiting for. Look at this. This stinking 50 exponential moving average. What's also interesting is I pulled the Fibonacci over here on the most recent swing low to the most recent swing high on our daily. So from the low to the high here, and look at where we're stuck. We're stuck at that 50 level. Now, what is interesting, we can see when it came down, did that super splash 2 days ago, came down, bam, and hit that the actual take profit on the daily sell signal from Market Liberator. It got right to that point, the 618, and that is known to be a reversal number, right? So price comes down, 618, and then back to the upside. So we are still looking. My indicator states that on the daily chart, now that can flip if we continue to get bearish pressure and bearish momentum to the downside, but we could actually have a massive, massive bull move to the upside to this 53-cent level and potentially even higher to the 60 cents level. But what we're waiting for is this push and break above this level right here, the 50 Fibonacci, plus the 50 exponential moving average on the daily chart. And then the real bouncer in the house is this 14 exponential moving average. As you can see, it's getting really, really close. We need to see the price break through and then on the way to the upside. We're going to do a much deeper dive, but first let's jump over to the news. If you're here for the chart, stick with me till after the news, or you can just fast forward through to the charting section. All right, so here we are over on Twitter. Is where we're going to go through all of our news. This is where the fastest, most important news comes out for sure. You can follow me, Win with Ryan, on Twitter. It's at Real Win with Ryan. Also, I just minted Stand with Crypto. So this is big news that just came out today. I went ahead and actually grabbed 6 of these NFTs, basically just supporting the lawsuit against the SEC. Now, will Ripple be the next one to sue the SEC? And who is suing the SEC is what we're going to be covering in today's video. So let's go over to the bookmarks and we're going to talk about research. As you can see, we do research every single day here on this channel, guys. If you're looking for a crypto shortcut for the news and charts, make sure you click that subscribe, join us. Also, you can join our actual team here at the Bull Runners Club. The link is down in the description as well. Let's take a look at here what's going on in the news. So a couple of very important things that just happened today. We're going to get into that suing the SEC thing here in a second. But first and foremost, Ripple's Q1 2023 markets report is out. And here's a table I keep up to date if you want to take a look at Ripple's sales and purchases since reports started coming out in 2017, which was Q3 of 2017. So thank you very much, Leonidas at Leo that. You can go find him on, it's a little bit hard for me to pronounce there. But as you can see, that was a quote tweet after this report came out from Ripple itself. The Q1 XRP markets report is live, detailing important events in the crypto and the broader financial markets in Q1, global regulatory progress, a vibrant community building on the XRP ledger, and the latest technical updates. You can go read that article. Not going to spend much time on it, but as you can see here, in total so far, in Q1 of 2023, we have now, they've sold, Ripple, the company has sold. So as according to this chart here, as we can see in Q1, Ripple, the company, they did sell 2,930, and that's in millions of dollars, okay? And then they did purchase 2,569, and then they also netted $361 million of sales of XRP. And then over here, we have another one, Scammer Bab, and it says at Scam Detective 5, fresh off the press, Ripple sold 361 million in XRP in 2023, which is 60% increase from the previous quarter. And this person replies, which equates to 0.44% of the total volume for the quarter, as opposed to 0.35 from the previous quarter. And so here you have Q4 of 2022 and Q1 of 2023, and then the actual percentages there. And then total XRP volume dollars in billions of dollars. So 91 billion. And then Q2, this is obviously in total volume of trading going on the ledger. And then Q4 was 64 billion. But hey, we already knew that. XRP, that's how Ripple stays in business, is through selling XRP for now. Also wanted to let you guys know, coming up, the FOMC, this was trending today. And on the FOMC, the reason why I bring it up is because on the markets, we will have on May 3rd, the FOMC meeting. So that's going to be really, really big for the markets. As we can see here, the federal interest rate decision right now, they are forecasting 5.25. Previously, it was 5%. So let's talk about the FOMC from the Federal Reserve here. What is the FOMC and when does it meet? The Federal Open Market Committee, or FOMC, is the monetary policy making body of the Federal Reserve. So a lot of people think that this is like the government meeting to figure out how we're going to set policy for the US. But in reality, Federal Reserve is a privately owned company that then goes in and sets policy making, monetary policy making for the United States. So these are unelected, ungovernment people making the decision of how our entire financial system in our country is going to be run. So just keep that in mind. If you have not done the research, go and research the creature from Jekyll Island and watch that video. Pretty interesting. But anyway, just want to let you guys know the Federal Open Market Committee, FOMC, is the monetary policy making body. FOMC is composed of 12 members, the 7 members of the Board of Governors, and 5 of the 12 Reserve Bank presidents. The FOMC schedule 8 meetings per year, one about every 6 weeks or so. The committee may also hold unscheduled meetings as necessary to review economic and financial development. So again, coming up very, very soon next week, May 3rd, mark your calendars, probably going to be some exciting market volatility. Now, we also have right here, nice little crypto pump ahead of the FOMC. And as you guys have been watching today, I'm sure, Bitcoin is on a 3-day tear to the upside. It continues to reject here at this 30,000 level, though, like literally right at 30. It was $30,034 where it rejected last time. And then today it rejected at 29,855. And then now this brand new candle has opened up. 22 hours, 30 minutes left on that for Bitcoin, moving to the upside significantly. Ethereum not performing as brilliantly, just kind of trickling up. That one day was absolutely nuts. That crazy whiplash day, wiping out all the people that were longs and all the people that were shorts. Absolutely crazy. And then jumping over to XRP, which is what we're here for, to monitor. We really want to see this move to the upside. It's going to be excellent. So remember, the short signal that came out from Market Liberator has already been fully extinguished. It went and took profit. And what we're still waiting on is the weekly buy signal that came out all the way back here on September 19th. And it says we're potentially getting to 67 cents, 0.67285. And this is not financial advice. Do not buy or sell because we say anything on this channel. This is just an indicator. Indicators are never 100% accurate. Make sure you do your own research on that. But it's just exciting to see where it's potentially going. The last time it had an actual signal was a short signal. It did hit its short, safe short, and then it also hit its full actual short signal. It did take a significant amount of time. So it came out with the signal on this date, and it didn't hit until this date, which was 33 weeks, 231 days it took to hit that. So let's not hope, or let's hope that it doesn't take that long. So 231 days. When did this one pull off? And where are we now? We're at 210. This is the new week, 217. So it's like next week, right? Next week, 2 weeks from now, it's supposed to make the move that high. Let's see if it's following the same scenario as over here. But anyway, the big news today, Coinbase is sharing its response to the SEC's Wells notice from last month. So let's take a look at this. Remember, this is a 1 of 7 thread here from Paul Grewal, and he is the chief legal officer of Coinbase. So let's take a look at what he's saying here. At the time when we went public, we had detailed discussions with the SEC about the very aspects of our business that are now, 2 years later, the subject of a Wells notice. Nothing has changed. And what the Wells notice is a cease and desist. They have to stop doing what they're doing. They're suing back because, like he says here, we told you exactly what we're doing in our business. 2 years later, you're saying that it's not legal. By the way, hey, does that sound familiar? Didn't the SEC do that to another crypto? Obviously, Coinbase is not a crypto, but it did that to, Ripple and XRP, right? So while the SEC claims the rules are clear, they clearly are not. The CFTC and the SEC have issued conflicting views. Courts have questioned the SEC's lack of guidance, and the SEC itself last week couldn't answer basic questions before Congress. And if you remember, they had the crazy bald guy, Gary Gensler, and they grilled him up on the Hill, and he couldn't answer anything with a straight question. But that's what all these politicians and bureaucrats do. They're really, really good at it. Earlier today, I joined this person to talk about this in detail, and I shared the excerpt from the video from Brian Armstrong, and I recorded as part of our Wells response. So you can go check this out on YouTube. He'll be joining Bankless HQ at 2 p.m. as well on YouTube. And then for anyone who cares about clear crypto regulation, sign up for Crypto 435. Nearly 40,000 people from all 435 congressional districts are already making their voices heard on the crypto policy. And then this is what I was telling you about earlier, and mint your stand with crypto NFT. So we click on this here. It's going to take you over to the actual minting website. You're going to mint this with Ethereum. So this is on Ethereum's blockchain. So what you would do is connect your wallet here, whether it's, it doesn't matter. If you have a crypto wallet, you know how to do it. You connect your wallet and you mint for free. I grabbed 6 of them. I don't know why. I just went ahead and did that, but go check them out. Maybe one day these will be worth something. And then more from the Coinbase situation. New Coinbase court challenge adds to mounting legal battle. We're absolutely convinced the SEC is violating the law. And so a lot of us think that. And by the way, Coinbase is even trending. This is a really, really big deal here. When companies fighting naked shorts don't get assistance from regulators and instead get shorted further, and when crypto companies don't get clarity and get sued by the SEC instead, Coinbase suing the SEC and saying, we are absolutely convinced the SEC is violating the law, is a move worth watching. Wouldn't it be great if we could live in a world of fairness and common sense instead of one where only the winners appear to be the criminals, or the only winners appear to be the criminals and the lawyers? And I'm getting sick and tired of that, actually, because that has been the case, right? We're out here trying our butts off to do the right thing, the way we do our crypto stuff, us here personally, you out there in the public, I'm sure. And all the while, the big boys keep on doing their shady, shady stuff, and they get away with it. Also, as you guys know, I thought this was very, very crazy and important to show you. This hasn't happened yet, and a lot of people are saying it's going to happen. Obviously, we've seen stock markets and stuff fall in crypto. One thing that has not fallen hard yet is real estate, and it's very likely that's coming. Commercial real estate is already starting to happen. A San Francisco office tower worth $300 million in 2019 is for sale. Bids are coming in at $60 million. That's an 80% decline in value in just 4 years. Now, remember, commercial real estate, people stopped going to work. People were allowed to work from home. A lot of these companies are reversing that now. But commercial real estate has absolutely dumped. In fact, that's probably a great idea to find something in the commercial space. Also saw this here, Justin. Kevin O'Leary says that there is no new money coming into Bitcoin and crypto from institutions until a regulation. So that's another sign, right? We saw a bunch of wallets starting to open. We saw a bunch of big, old, dusty, crazy accounts with huge amounts of Bitcoin starting to unleash after 7 years and 12 years and all this craziness. Are they ready to dump on the crypto world? I'll have to wait and find out. I also wanted to show you from Kim.com, and he's more of a, I would say, he's a huge crypto enthusiast, but he could be more of a political guy now, but he posted something about Jerome Powell here, which was crazy. All right, so have a listen to this. Jerome Powell gets a phone call thinking he's talking to Zelensky. Why Jerome Powell's having conversations with a foreign president about United States monetary policy is beyond me anyway. But listen to what he says here.
On your opinion, which countries also suffered more from recent political situation and in economy?
Well, I would say not the United States. You know, we have our own energy here, and so it's really not us. I mean, it's going to be the Eastern European. You know better than I do, but it's going to be Poland and the Eastern European countries that are right there in close to Ukraine. I would think they're the ones who have suffered. I'm aware that Ukraine's suffering is. I mean, I can't personally experience it, but we all see what's happening. You know, people like me just want to support you in any way we can. But I have limited ways to do that in my professional job.
So I just talked to Christine Lagarde recently, and she told that they have already tried to minimize inflation. It's they got already around 7% inflation. It's a prediction for them, but there are a lot of many countries. So what do you have your prediction about inflation in the US?
I do, yes. Our policy rate quite a lot last year in order to slow the growth of the US economy and enable inflation to come down, and we think that's working now. And I think we're very much on track to get inflation back down to our target, which is 2%. A lot depends on what happens in Ukraine on that. And what happens with Russia and their energy, and also with the opening of China.
If the rate is raised further, the standard of living of the population will fall. So how much should it fall in order for the Fed to stop raising the rate?
You know, we've raised rates quite a lot, and the market is already pricing in two more quarter percentage point rate hikes. We'll look around after we make those two, and we'll say, should we do any more? And then the question will be, how long do we keep rates at this level? And I think we'll keep them there for quite some time.
Because the decrease in inflation is clearly less than we would like. And if it starts to rise, is the Fed ready to raise the rate sharply again?
Yes, of course. We will. If we need to raise our rates more, then we'll absolutely do that. We raised rates very sharply, historically sharply last year to get to the place we're at now.
In other words, does the Fed think that inflation should be reduced to 2% at any cost?
Well, so we think we do need to reduce inflation to 2%. That is our obligation. But I think the path there, as we walk that path down to 2%, we'll also be considering, not at this point, but a little further on, we'll be considering, the effects on the labor market as well.
And expanding a little more on this is real. Bloomberg reports that the Federal Reserve confirms that Chairman Jerome Powell was pranked by a fake Zelensky. Powell clearly provided sensitive information to the pranksters, but the Fed claims no sensitive or confidential information was discussed.
This story out just 15 minutes ago, or in the last 15 minutes, so allow me to share it with you, what we've published right now. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell held a call with a pair of Russian pranksters posing as the Ukrainian president Volodymyr Zelensky, according to a video shown on Russian state television, apparently thinking that he was speaking to the Ukrainian leader. The video shows Powell answering questions on topics ranging from the outlook for inflation to the Russian central bank. There have been several clips lasting about 15 minutes long. Unclear if the footage was altered in any way, shape or form. This line comes from a Fed spokesperson today. Chair Powell participated in a conversation in January with someone who misrepresented himself as the Ukrainian president. They go on to say it was a friendly conversation and took place in the context of our standing in support of the Ukrainian people in this challenging time. No sensitive or confidential information was discussed.
Absolutely crazy stuff, guys. Crazy, crazy. So should the Ripple company sue the SEC back? That's the question. We see that Coinbase is suing them. Should Ripple sue the SEC? Let me know down in the comment section. Yes, if you think so. Let's jump to things we're watching. We do know that the daily has played out to the downside, so we're hoping that that is finished. The next thing we're watching for is the break above the 50 exponential moving average. As we can see right now, yesterday we poked, 2 days ago we poked, 3 days ago, or sorry, yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days, 4 days ago, 5, 6 days ago, we kept poking above, right? Since the drop down into that supply and demand zone. So we do know that some orders were picked up when we get to this section, because every time it drops here, it shoots up, drops here, shoots up, drops here, shoots up. Okay. This one dipped and just cleared out everybody that was buying the dip at this point. And so the people that were buying the dip here got liquidated right here, unfortunately. Sorry for those people. Now we're starting to make the actual move up. And then the actual move that we're taking a look at here is up to, let me make sure that we're on the right one. There's multiple different XRPs here, but the one we're taking a look at is making the run back to here, the magic white line of 53 cents. And it's interesting, right? Because when we take a look at the magic white line, you'll notice that on all different time frames, it keeps on doing this. It gets to there. It's kind of hanging out here. Is it going to pump to the upside? Because look at this. As we look at the 5-minute magic white line, it's on it now. Okay, so let's turn off this. And that's off. So magic white line, the 5-minute one, it's on it. The 15-minute one, look at, there's positive news because it needs to run back up to there again. Look, it's tested it once and then it hasn't tested it since. So we'd like to see that. In fact, last time I tested it to the downside, right? So magic white line, and then finally broke. So now we're testing it to the upside, upside, upside. Would like to see that. It's on the 15-minute chart. On the 1-hour chart, we can see that we are hovering around there. It broke down, came back. Hopefully we're reloading in this for the move to the upside. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart, the magic white line, look, it came down and tapped it and then made a move up. So it is interesting how this plays out. And when we look at the 12-hour, it is right there above us. So we can make this move to the 12-hour. One thing I was looking at is on the 6-hour here. Look, it's been a support and a support, but I'm really excited about this because this just happened. The 6-hour just broke above the 14 exponential moving average. That's bullish. You can see what happened last time we did. It made a run. Now, last time we made a run here and then immediately came back down. So we need a hard candle close. But the other thing that I'm liking right now is that we have broke above this 0.50 level of that Fibonacci again. So let's see the move to the upside. The upside move that I'm hoping for is this 53 cents. Once we break the 53 cents, the exciting thing is when we take a look at this weekly market liberator, look what happens. If price does continue to make its run to the upside, it gets right here, the 67301. That is also where the Fibonacci reverse side is at negative 0.382, which is really exciting. So we could run all the way up to that Fibonacci level. In fact, we could run all the way into the 786 of the Fibonacci, which is up here at 77 cents. And let me show you something of why that's a real exciting scenario. Because if we take a look here, the supply and demand zone, which is this candle here before the drop, look where it is, the 786, right? So if we can just keep on getting this pump to the upside, we can get back into that zone. Now, also, we do have the downside potential. If price doesn't continue to maintain, if we have a market crash, well, price could be coming back down to these different levels, which we've seen before. It tapped here, this level also, and those are all the way back from this level is from 2020. This level where it retested it was 2020. And then this brand new supply and demand zone is 2021, January 2021. So now let's go into our current time. You can see test so many times in that zone. If it comes back down again, and then it potentially could come into this supply and demand zone before the move to the upside. But I'm looking for more positive news. So I'd love to see the move up into this distribution zone. Obviously, it's been picking up orders, tried to run, picking up orders, tried to run. And now look at this. On the weekly chart, we are above the 14 exponential moving average. So that is very bullish. And we talked about that last week, actually, that we did not want to see it break below this 14 exponential movie with a body close. Remember, the body closes are so important. The wicks are important, don't get me wrong, but the body closes are way more important than anything else. So we're watching for the body close. Let's hope that we get the body close above the daily 14 exponential moving average. In fact, that could even happen today, which would be very exciting. So yesterday's candle finished green, today's candle starting off green. Let's see if we can get all the way up above this level here, 47. Let's see it, 48 cents. So our goal, let's hope, 48 cents for XRP today on this green candle, which is 24 hours, or tomorrow. And our indicator does say that that is a potential. And then a run at our first stop here, 53.